guys and girls, so today I've got a little bit of a weird video for you, but I thought some of you may find it interesting, just looking at the process of making some more like alternative, well, this is alternative key rings, but it could be used for jewelry, etc. So we're looking at the metal Damascus. So Mike, he made all the coffin necklaces, has decided to make some key rings, so he's made these knuckle dusters. And this is made out of Damascus Metal, and basically the plan is to put this Damascus in some acid and then watch it as it changes and etches it, and it should end up with some really interesting and cool patterns on the keyrings itself. Basically what we've got to do this is some ferric chloride solution, some pure distilled water, a couple of old jars. We just have some old curry jars, and then you also need some safety goggles, some wire. I think this is some from the welder. We're just using a TIG welding rod just to suspend it in the acid. As I said, some of you may find it interesting, some of you may find it relaxing, because hopefully the metal will just etch away and create a really cool pattern and hopefully really cool key rings. It is also completely 100% essential to have one doggo enjoying the sun, looking cute, wanting a tummy rub for this to work. Hey Tiddly Bear, such a good girl. I also missed acetone off the list, so in the jars we have, what's this one?
That's 1 part ferric chloride to 3 parts distilled water.
And that one is
acetone, which is just nail varnish remover, because you've got to make sure the part's like clean and oil free before you try and do anything with it.
And just disclaimer, obviously working with acid, make sure that you are keeping yourself safe and anyone else around you. Definitely would not do this if you've got any children or if there's any likelihood that it could be knocked over, and just take all the correct precautions. I do not want to be blamed for any issues and mistakes which could be made with acid. Just attaching the keyring to this TIG welding rod just so it can suspend within the jar.
So all I've done is just kind of hung it so that I can suspend it from a screw, just so it doesn't fall right in.
Here's a little close-up of what it looks like before. So this has been...
Screw for scale.
Screw for scale is quite tiny, as you can see. So perfect size for a keyring. So this was just designed and drawn up by Mike, and then it has been CNC machined to get it to this point. So that's how it looks before. Who is that angel? He's a teddy bear.
Literally just dipping them in acetone or nail varnish remover just so it cleans them. Just gonna rub over to make sure any residual oil from the machining, like coolant's gone. Give it one more dip. Just temporarily put it in the sun just to make sure all of that's flashed off. Apparently the acid works better when it's warm.
Okay.
So what I may do is I may put it on the stool out in the sunshine.
Lovely jubbly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you can actually put it in the solution.
Well, you can see it already.
Yeah. So basically the next step is, once you've left it for whatever length of time you want to leave it, you dunk it in the water, and then you can kind of look at it and say, no, I want it for a bit longer. So you just kind of clean it again, put it back in.
Who is this puppy? Who is he? Who is this puppy? Is it you? Okay, so it's been 10 minutes now, so we'll see how it has changed.
Basically I'm just going to take it straight out and dunk it in this
Bucket of water.
Bucket of water. Try to put a bit of room.
See, it's etched in. Do you want to just turn it over and you can hopefully see some of the lines that's on there. I'll get some close-ups after. Do you want to put it in for longer or?
Yeah, because it builds up a layer of oxide. With, you know, with oxide's technically like rust, but where it's like bubbling metal off of it, it just builds up a layer of that. So you've got to kind of like clean that off to actually see it. But yeah, I definitely want to put it in for longer.
So it has now been half an hour in total that it's been in the acid solution, so I think now is about time for it to come out. After it's had a bit of a clean, it then needs to go into the acetone just to make sure that all of the acid and any kind of water residue or rust that's on it has gone. So here is the finished result. You can see that it starts off really kind of smooth and shiny, and then after being in the acid it has these cool ridges and lines. Hopefully you can see those really cool lines that are showing up on there now. So the before one and then the after effect of putting it in the acid. Almost gives it like a tiger stripe. So we'll do a few more now. So they all come out slightly different just because of the different grains which are in the metal. So it's about a week later. I just wanted to show you the finished product. So here are the Keyrings. Just got 2 of them here at the moment. They've been put onto little key rings and attached to bigger ones which are on car keys. So here is one of them. The etching came out really nicely. I think this is my favourite one out of all of them. Almost gives it like a tiger print. Sure, Carol Baskin would be all over that. You can see they're looking really cool. They do have a slight texture to them, but they're not like as scratchy as I thought. I thought they'd feel a bit like sandpaper, but they're not. But they look really cool. Nice little size. So yeah, it'd be interesting to try this method out with some other stuff. But a really cool effect, and I think it makes it much more interesting than just like a smooth piece of metal. So there you go. There is the finished product of the knuckle duster Keyrings. As I said, as a disclaimer, if you are using any form of acid, please just take all the precautions that you can to keep yourself safe. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, unless you have vitamin D deficiency, and I will see you next time. Bye!